Jago, the warrior monk from Tibet, is a well-rounded fighter with tools for just about any situation. He's perfect for players who want a fundamentals-focused character to both learn and master Killer Instinct with.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
Jago is blessed with some of the strongest normals in the game, which alongside his Endokuken allow him to control the mid-range very effectively. Of particular note is his standing heavy punch for its sheer range, crouching medium kick being a fast Shoto-esque low, and neck cutter, a long-range overhead. He also has medium wind kick, a fast half-screen stop sign that's unsafe for most ranges, but will beat low attacks and force your opponent to sit still. This allows Jago to close the distance and seamlessly transition to his close-range offense with double roundhouse, a forward-advancing plus-on-block command normal that's extremely strong at sweep range and can be used to test shadow counter reactions, or simply dominate if the opponent has no meter. Once Jago is in the opponent's face, he can employ simple yet effective pressure with his frame traps, thanks to his plus-on-block normals and laser sword. Once your opponent thinks they have your rhythm down, switch it up by holding Endokuken for extra plus frames, employing tricky Endokuken dash cancels, throwing, or using beefy jumping cross-ups to keep the defender honest. Infusing himself with the tiger spirit, Jago can activate his instinct for huge health swings and shifts in momentum. In Instinct, Jago's frame traps are even stronger, while double Endokuken builds massive amounts of meter on block, and in the corner allows Jago to enforce a devastating trap with long-range normals. The only way out is to block enough so you can build enough meter for a shadow projectile invincible move. Meanwhile, Jago is himself building tons of meter and can just overhead or dash in at will. Jago is the king of meters. He builds both Shadow and Instinct very quickly, and can even regenerate health while in Instinct by landing Endokukens. He also has some strong Shadow moves. Shadow Endokuken does great chip damage. Shadow Laser Sword is plus on block and deals high damage, while Shadow Wind Kick is one of the best whiff punishers in Killer Instinct. Rounding off Jago's strengths is the Tiger Fury, a very solid, reliable, fast and damaging anti-air to shut down aerial approaches and punish some moves that are otherwise safe to normal attacks. Since it's invincible on startup, it's also good for escaping pressure and forcing the opponent to respect your wake-up, though, of course, if baited, it's very unsafe. While Jago's instinct is strong, if you find yourself unable to use it before dying on your first life bar, you might find it a bit wasteful to use it early in round 2 when you don't need to heal. Whilst most instincts are useful whenever you choose to pop them, Jago's is definitely most effective at key points of the round. Plus frames are great in any fighting game, but Killer Instinct has shadow counters, and good defenders will use them often, so Jago will have to take care to avoid predictable 2-hit strings and frame traps. Unlike some other strong offensive characters in the game, Jago relies on mostly throws and overheads to open his opponent up. You'll have to find ways to creatively apply Endokuken dash cancels and vary the pace of your offense to succeed. With only average walk speed, a dash that doesn't go too far, and no aerial mobility to speak of, Jago also struggles against opponents that can outmaneuver him. This comes up most often against KI's strong zoners, which Jago can have a hard time chasing down. Jago's main options include charging a light fireball and walking behind it, which is more useful in some matchups than others, working his way to mid-range and threatening with Shadow Wind Kick, which goes through projectiles, or waiting until his opponent has spent their meter and then using Heavy Wind Kick into Shadow Laser Sword for plus frames. These shadow approaches are easily shadow countered though if blocked, so you'll have to watch your opponent's meter and play patiently until the time is right. So, to round up, Jago is recommended if you like never running out of shadow meter, a high damage, reliable anti-air is important to you, and you enjoy gaining life back for past mistakes. You should avoid Jago if you struggle to close gaps from full screen, you like having multiple approaches from the air, and you need flashy tools to have fun. Jago is recommended for no-nonsense, practical-minded players who want to win matches through careful application of 2D fighter fundamentals. You can learn more about Jago and Killer Instinct at ki.infil.net. And a big thank you to Infil and Lemon for writing the script to this video. We'd also like to thank our sponsors. You. Without your support, these videos would simply not be possible. So, if you'd like to see more, please consider supporting us. Stay tuned for more Killer Instinct. Up next is Saberwolf.